Maybe it's a mom putting her baby's life at risk, or a dad stopping his son from pursuing his dreams, or maybe the parents are just straight up homicidal. Whether they're letting loose with emotional abuse or trying to give their kids a permanent timeout, these are the worst parents in movie history. Marvel dads are the worst. They lie to their kids, disappoint them, and in some instances try to murder them. And they don't get any worse than Thanos, the mad titan with terrible parenting skills. He's a purple warlord who wants to annihilate half the universe, but he also fancies himself a father figure. When he's not murdering entire planets full of people, he's busy adopting kids to join his little death cult. And by adopting, we mean killing their parents and kidnapping them.
Concentrate.
Naturally, life with Thanos can be kind of traumatizing, as he forces his kids to fight each other in bloody, brutal duels. He particularly enjoys torturing his daughter Nebula, cutting off her body parts and replacing them with hunks of metal. He may have fond feelings for Gamora, but at the end of the day, he throws her off a cliff so he can get his hands on a shiny stone. When your rock collection is more important than your own kids, it means you probably weren't cut out for this whole adoption thing. Played to perfection by Allison Janney in the biopic I, Tonya, LaVona Golden is a chain-smoking, hard-drinking, foul-mouthed devil woman. As the mother of ice skater Tonya Harding, she does all sorts of horrible things to push her little girl to glory. She nags her from the sidelines, violently beats her, and forces her to skate so long that she pees in the rink. Even when Tonya grows up, LaVona keeps going with the put-downs. Every look she shoots her daughter is dripping with anger and disdain. She won't even tell her daughter that she loves her, probably because she doesn't love anything except her cigarettes. Later on, she justifies her awful behavior by saying,
"I made you a champion. Knowing you'd hate me for it. That's the sacrifice a mother makes."
But really, Golden just drives her daughter toward a life of abuse and scandal. At first glance, Ego the Living Planet seems like the perfect dad. He saves his long-lost son Peter Quill from an army of bad guys. He invites him to live in a gorgeous paradise, and he even looks like Kurt Russell. Sure, he hasn't been part of Peter's life for decades, but now they're reunited and ready for an overdue game of catch. Alas, Ego is a godlike being who wants to spread his seed across the universe, in more ways than one. His plan involves planting extraterrestrial flowers that will eventually transform entire planets into extensions of his consciousness.
Until everything is me.
But he needs help carrying out his plan in the form of another demigod with similar powers. So he goes around the universe, impregnating basically every being he comes across. When his kids are all grown, he brings them to his homeland to see if they've inherited any of his celestial abilities. If they haven't, he kills them and leaves their remains in a cave full of bones. There are bad dads, and then there are straight-up evil dads. Jack Torrance falls in the latter category. Played by Jack Nicholson in The Shining, Torrance is a writer and caretaker at the Mountainside Overlook Hotel. He starts off a little psycho and just gets more unhinged as the film goes on.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
That psychosis isn't good for Jack's son Danny, who possesses a psychic ability called the Shining that allows him to see all the evil spirits lurking in the Overlook. But despite his powers, he can't keep his dad from going completely insane, grabbing an axe and calling him over for some bloody father-son bonding time. Jack chases little Danny all over the hotel and out into the snowy hedge maze, where the kid manages to outsmart and escape his dastardly old dad. And in Jack's final moments, he learns that trying to kill his kid does not make him a cool parent. Well, actually, it kind of does. Life can be hard when you're an introverted teenager who's relentlessly bullied while developing scary psychic powers. A girl like that really needs a mom to care for her and guide her through those difficult times. Unfortunately for Carrie White, her mother is an absolute nutjob who'd rather stab her daughter with a butcher's knife than help her figure out high school. Played by Piper Laurie, Margaret White is a psycho who wants to keep Carrie as isolated from the world as possible. When Carrie has her first period, Margaret locks her in a closet and forces her to pray for forgiveness for her wicked ways. When she goes off to prom, Margaret does everything she can to keep Carrie at home, telling her all her classmates will just laugh at her. It all culminates in a candlelit showdown when Margaret looks a little too happy while trying to stab her daughter to death. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.